Once we have the list of names created, we can go ahead and begin to build our letter. The MailMerge wizard automatically allows us to include an address block. If you want to include an address block, just make sure the checkbox is marked. You'll notice in their default address block, state is missing and title is there, and we're not going to use title, so we can edit this. To edit this, click More, click the first of the 4 examples, click Edit. We'll remove title by clicking on title and putting it back in the listing. We will click right after city, click state, and state is inserted. So now we have the address as we want it to appear. So we can go ahead and click OK. We can click OK, and you can see that the address is edited like we want it to be. So we can click Next. We want the address the letter to contain a salutation, dear Mrs., dear Mr., whatever. We want it to be personalized. If we just have this checkbox, it will only show to whom it may concern. If we click Personalized, it's going to pick up the person's last name, and based on the gender we entered, it's either going to show Mr. or Mrs. for this example. So we'll click Next. Here you can adjust spacing. So for example, if you want to move the address block higher up in the letter, you can change the margins from the top. You want to move the salutation. We want to move the salutation up. And now you can see the salutation is right below the address block, which is fine. And we click Next. Okay, now we want to edit the document. To edit the document is where we put in custom typing that we want to appear in the letter. So I have some that I typed earlier and pasted. So I'll just paste it in. And you can say, here's the body of the letter that I want everyone to get. Notice it has Dear Mrs. Washington, Mr. Washington, to whom it may concern. This is just to show the possible entries based on the listings in the name list. Only one will show up based on whether it's Mr. or Mrs. And then we have George's name, and we have a gray box around it, but that gray box will disappear when we do the merge. So I've typed the letter, I'm ready to do the merge. I can return to MailMerge. Click Next. Here you can personalize individual letters. So for example, let's say for George Washington, instead of Dear Mr. Washington, I want to say Dear George. I can go in and edit only his, and the other ones will still show Dear Mr. or Mrs. And I'm not sure why that says Mr., but I can just fix that. And then I can return to the mail wizard. Click Next. I want to save the starting document. So I click Save Starting Document. I'm going to save it to the desktop. And I'm going to give it a name, MailMerge main letter. Click Save. And now I can finish the document. And you can see that I have the MailMerge for the 2 names that I entered. You can see what it looks like if you were going to print it by clicking File, Page Preview, and this is what the letter looks like. Notice that the box around the person's name is gone. And I have an extra blank page in there that I could go in and clean up if I wanted to. So that's how MailMerge works in OpenOffice.